Good morning, students. So now we are going to discuss about lateral earth pressure in at-rest condition for different cases. So in the last class we have discussed these two cases. That is, first one, in the first case there is a retaining wall and it is going to retain some backfill soil, and this is the simple case. That is, there is no surcharge weight and there is no water table. Okay, so for that we are drawing the pressure diagram in the triangular variation, and it is 0 at the top, it is maximum at the bottom, and if the height of the retaining wall is h, at the bottom it will be k naught into gamma into h. So the total earth pressure force per unit length of the wall can be calculated by finding out this area. So what is the area? Area of this triangle, half into k naught gamma into h into this height h. So half into k naught into gamma h square. So this is the simple case. And in the second case we have discussed, that is, here the lateral earth pressure at rest with a surcharge. So here there is a surcharge weight of q. Okay. So when there is any surcharge weight, its value should also be added with the lateral earth pressure. Okay. So but this surcharge weight is same at every depth, or it is same at every point irrespective of its depth, because it is a constant value, because it is a surcharge weight which is applied on the top of the retaining wall or top of the backfill soil, and its value is same at every point irrespective of its depth. So this variation is in the form of rectangle. Okay. So like this, like the previous one, in order to find out the total earth pressure force, we have to find out the area of these two figure. Okay. So first we have to find the area of this rectangle, then area of this triangle. By adding these two, we will get the total earth pressure force, that is k naught into q into this height h plus half into k naught into gamma h square. Okay, so this is the total force P0, and it will be acting at a depth of z dash. So for that we are finding out or we are taking moment at this point, and we can find out the depth up to which the total earth pressure force is acting. Okay, up to this we have discussed in the last class. So in today's lecture I am going to discuss the last case, that is if there is any presence of water table. That is the last case, in presence of water table. Okay, so if there is any water table in that backfill soil or around that backfill soil, we have to consider the pressure due to that water also. Okay, so if there is any water table, the soil will be in submerged condition. So the earth pressure or lateral earth pressure of the submerged soil plus earth pressure due to pore water, these two values have to be encountered in the case of water table. Okay, so the water table, the pressure due to water table will be equal to unit weight of water into that height, particular height. But when we are counting out, or when we are considering the water pressure, k naught should not be multiplied. Okay, for in the case of for example, in the case of backfill soil, the total earth pressure or total pressure is, lateral force is k naught into gamma into h. But in the case of pore water pressure or the earth pressure due to water, it will be gamma w into h only. We should not multiply k naught with the with that value, that is unit weight of water into height. Okay, so we can consider this case, that is, this is the retaining wall of height h, and after reaching the height of h1 there is water table. So this we can divide this area based on the water table, that is, above the water table height is h1 and below it is h2, and there is a surcharge weight of q. Surcharge weight is also acting, that is the condition where there is surcharge weight and water table. Okay, so above this water table the unit weight will be bulk unit weight and C phi, and below the water table it will be saturated soil. So we have to consider the submerged unit weight of the backfill soil and the water pressure or pressure due to the pore water. Okay, so when we are first we have to draw the earth pressure diagram. Okay, so we can start drawing the earth pressure diagram from top. Okay, so if there are if the condition is like this, that is there is different section like this, that is here this is the section for of height h1 and this is the section of height h2. At that case you draw earth pressure diagram and start from the top. So, okay, so take this section and draw the and mark the points, and next take this section and draw or mark the points and all the values of lateral earth pressure, and finally take the bottom point. Like that you have to start. So first we can start with the top surface. Okay, so at the top what is the force acting on the top? Since there is a surcharge weight, that's pressure will be acting on the top value, that is K naught into Q. So if there is no surcharge weight at the top, it will be 0. Okay, pressure will be 0. But here, since here there is surcharge weight of Q, at this point it will be K naught into Q, and this will be for a height of h1. So for this section you draw the rectangular variation K naught into Q here also K naught into Q. Okay, like that. This is the diagram for earth pressure for surcharge weight. Next we have to draw the pressure due to this backfill soil, this soil for a height of h1. Okay, so for that at the top it will be 0, and this point it will be K naught into gamma into this height h1. Okay, because we are considering the soil for a height of h1, so here K naught into gamma into h1. Okay, so this first section is over. Here there is no water, so we should not consider that pressure due to pour water. Okay, so first the pressure diagram for the height of h1 is over. Next consider the height h2. Okay, so first we have to consider the surcharge component. So for this height h2, this will be the surcharge weight, that is K naught into Q plus K naught into gamma into h1, because this value is not depending on this height h2. This is only depending on the surcharge weight and this h1 height. So this will be constant for the depth h2. So the variation is rectangle up to this point. So you produce this line like this and draw a rectangle. So this value is K naught into Q plus K naught into gamma into h1, the value at this point. Okay, because for this area this will be surcharge weight, because this is not depending on this depth h1. Okay, so this is the constant value. This is same at every point here, so the variation is rectangle. Next we have to consider the earth pressure due to this soil and pour water pressure, because water table is here. So this soil will be in submerged condition and there will be pressure due to this water also. So there will be two component. So first I have drawn the earth pressure diagram or lateral force due to the backfill soil. So what will be that value? K naught into unit weight will be submerged unit weight, because here there is water table. So K naught into gamma dash into this height h2. Okay, so this length is K naught into gamma dash into h2 height. Okay, so this is the lateral force due to, or lateral pressure due to this soil for a height of h2. So I have drawn this also. Next we have to consider the pressure due to water. So I have told, when we are considering the pressure due to water, you should not multiply K naught. So that will be unit weight of water gamma W into H2 only. You should not multiply K naught, because this K naught is the constant for soil only. It should not be multiplied with water, because this is the pressure due to water. Okay, so at that case you should not consider this constant value. This is the constant value which is derived for backfill soil in the case of retaining water. Okay, so here unit weight of water into H2. This is also triangular variation, because at here it is 0 and it is increasing with the depth. So this is the final earth pressure diagram for this case, that is where there is a surcharge weight and also water table. Okay, so in order to find out the total force, total earth pressure force, we have to find out this area of this whole diagram. So we can divide it into different components like 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and by adding all these areas we can find out the total force, total area of the pressure diagram. So let us start finding out this area, that is here first area K naught into Q into H1 plus this area half into k naught into gamma into h1 square, area of this small triangle, plus this area of this triangle, that is k naught into q plus the same value, that is k naught q plus k naught gamma h1 into h2. Okay, so k naught into q plus gamma h1 into h2 is the area of this rectangle. And second last fourth diagram is of triangle. So half into k naught into gamma dash, because here submerged gamma dash into this height h2 square. And last one, fifth diagram rectangle. So half into unit weight of water into h2 into h2, that is half into unit weight of water into h2 square. Like that we can find out the total force for this case. Okay, so this is the procedure. So remember, when there is surcharge weight, acting on the top, its variation will be same because it is independent of the height. Okay, so the variation is rectangle. And if there is any water table, you have to consider two parameters, that is the earth pressure due to the submerged soil and pressure due to the water. Okay, so this is the case. I think you clear about this figure. So in university exam, question problem will be asking. So before solving, you should draw this pressure distribution diagram, earth pressure diagram. Okay, so this is very simple. So if you have any doubt, you can WhatsApp me. Okay, this is very important because for exam it is asked for 7 or 8 marks problem. So if you have any doubt, you are free to ask. Next we can do one problem. It is the space between two retaining wall with two smooth vertical bags is filled with dry sand weighing 17.4 kilonewton per meter cube and having an angle of shearing resistance of 32 degree. The foundations of the walls are interconnected by a reinforced concrete floor. The tops of the walls are connected by heavy steel ties. The surface of the sand used for storing pig iron weighing 25 kilonewton per meter square. Then calculate the total pressure acting on the walls before and after the application of surcharge. So here this is when this type of question is asked for exam, first you analyze which condition is this, whether it is pressure at rest or active earth pressure or passive earth pressure. Okay, then you notice that is where there is any surcharge component or water table, etc. Okay, so here there is two retaining wall and it is and the space between these two retaining walls is filled with the sand, and these foundations of the walls are interconnected by the concrete floor and the tops are connected by heavy steel ties. So it is the indication that this is in at rest condition because it is tied very tightly, it cannot move, there is no movement of the retaining wall. So from this sentence we can identify that this is the earth pressure for at rest condition. Okay, so that we got. Then this is the case, that is retaining wall with a surcharge component, that is here it is said that the surface of the sand, that is the top surface is used for storing a pig iron of weighing 25 kilonewton per meter square, that is this is the surcharge weight. So for storing this weight that area is used. And we have to find out the total pressure before the application of the surcharge weight and after the application of surcharge component. So initially you have to find out the total earth pressure without surcharge component. So that is very simple. So here this is the retaining wall of height h1, this is the backfill soil. So in the first case there is no surcharge weight. So in the first case the total pressure acting on the wall before the application of surcharge will be this area. So that is half into k naught into gamma h square. Okay, so k naught is given, I think k naught is angle of shearing resistance is given. So 1 minus sine phi, 1 minus sine 32 degree, we can find out k naught 0.47. Then gamma, so that is unit weight is given as 17.4, and that height of the retaining wall here here height is not given, so you take this h only. Okay, here in this question height is not given, so you put as h only. So value is 4.089 h square kilonewton per meter. So if height is given, you should multiply with this h square and will give a numerical value. Here the answer is in terms of h square. Okay, so this is the condition, that is without surcharge. So second case, we have to find out after the application of surcharge what is the value of total earth pressure, total pressure. So for that we have to draw the variation diagram. So surcharge, since the surcharge weight is same, it's a rectangular variation, that is K naught into Q, and you have to add this K naught, this area with this area, that is K naught into Q into H plus half K naught gamma into H square. So since H is not given, you put it as H only, and this will be the answer, that is 11.75 H plus 4.089 H square in kilonewton per meter. Okay, so this is about earth pressure for at rest condition. Okay, so next class we can discuss about Rankine's earth pressure theory for active and passive earth pressure. Thank you.